welcome to OVA Hell. If you like the podcast, please be sure to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. This episode is about the 1986 OVA The Guyver Out of Control, which features heavy violence, nudity, and explicit sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised, and we hope you enjoy the show. Hooray!
Fuck you, I'm introducing it this time. Hello,
okay,
welcome
yeah,
back
you
to
want to
OVA Hell.
Power move.
We just watched The Guyver, and stuff sure did happen. What did everyone think about it?
I was very confused because I went into this thinking, doesn't the Guyver constantly go round, fighting terrorists and making weird contraptions from household objects and random junk lying around to get out of sticky situations? And none of that actually happened in this anime, so I'm very confused.
No, he was the terrorist.
I finally understand where you're going with that gag. God damn it. It took me way longer than it should have.
Oh dear.
The Guyver, 1986's The Guyver Out of Control. Based on the manga by, I haven't got my notes up, I'm not prepared.
Do you want to
based on the manga
time?
by Yoshiki Takeya, who is basically only known for doing the Guyver. Although you might know them under their pen name, Moriwo Chimi, because they started out doing hentai under a pen name, but then they went on to do a manga called The Guyver, and this is based on that. It's based on the first 4 chapters of The Guyver, which has over 200 chapters, so this was basically nothing of the broader scope manga.
When did this come out?
Yeah.
Well, that was said about
1986.
Oh. Here, I thought I was being helpful.
Released in America in the 90s, though.
To put into context, none of us know what the Guyver actually is at this point. They can throw as much techno-babble at us as we like, but we still have no idea.
It's like a disc that violates you.
That seems to be what it is, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just a...
It's a very horny frisbee.
It does respect the laws of...
The age of consent laws, yeah.
It's specifically hornier if you're over the age of 18.
Yes.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense in context, so can someone please explain the actual plot?
Okay,
Well, hang on,
let me
before
get
we
out
go
my
into
notes.
the
Once
actual...
a young boy who was walking by the river with his beloved. Then an explosion happened. A evil frisbee hit him nearby. He picked it up. The frisbee kind of liked his vibe. It turned him into some kind of metal man. And then he was on the run from a secret organization.
It's Kamen Rider, but tentacle power man rather than
Rider,
karate bug
tentacle.
man.
He
Yeah.
also ate
also-
corn off the cob.
Yep, corn on the cob.
Yeah, this anime is 30% pornography, 30% cornography, 30% brooding, and only like 0.5% actual fights. The fights are good,
They were
but
good
most of it
fights.
is corn and porn.
Could I quickly just regain a little bit of control here?
No.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to
Fair.
talk about the milk. At the
I did
beginning.
not. Hang on. We'll hit the milk in just a second. I just want
Fine.
to.
But my
I
homo
just
milk.
want to bring up that that you might be familiar with The Guyver because this franchise actually did have an American live-action remake in the 90s, which is the only directorial credit for Screaming Mad George, who is well known for doing the effects for Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. The Predator, the original one, the first Predator movie,
Oh, damn.
and Society. And if you know anything about Society, The Guyver is going to make a lot more sense as to why he directed that. Yeah, that's basically just what I wanted to throw in there quickly before we get back onto the milk. Because
homo-
This anime was bizarre, which is probably why none of us can form coherent thoughts and everyone is just going off on random tangents.
It's not
the
nearly as bad
colours.
as Dragonheart.
It's not nearly as bad as Dragonheart, but the pacing is still pretty incomprehensible
Yeah. Oh
sometimes.
yeah, no, the main Guyver, the main guy Guyver, he got the color slapped out of him. That's right.
Yeah, she kicked
Yeah.
him so hard he went into a different color palette.
There were 3
For people who've
Guyvers
never
for
seen,
context.
people who've never seen this OVA, they're probably wondering, she, who, what color have that? What are they being
We are
racist?
5 minutes into recording and this is incomprehensible.
Okay, let's start
it
from
really
the beginning.
emulates the experience of watching Guyver out of control. For instance, you,
Yes.
the viewer, are Guyver out of control.
Surprisingly, Guyver was pretty in control for the actual episode, but
It was
he was.
Guyver 2 that wasn't.
even
Well, no,
then,
she
Should have
wasn't-
called
no,
it
no,
Guyver
she was
2
in control.
out of control.
Just, you know, at the end, she wasn't.
Yeah, she went out of
She
control
melted.
because of the control metal that controls.
The control metal
What
controls the
happened?
metal, so it controls the metal into a controlled
Yeah,
metal.
And if it doesn't control, it is out of control, and you can no longer Guyver.
What happened? What was the plot?
Okay, so I have notes.
I have notes
They're not very
too,
good notes, but they're notes.
It's just homo milk.
No thoughts, only milk. I have a gift for this, actually. Hang on.
You have a gift for homo milk?
why do you have a GIF? No one actually listening to this podcast anywhere except YouTube is going to see it.
Okay, was
It's
anyone
not, I'm only
able
going
to
to see it if I remember to put it in the
confirm
video version.
if they had a brand deal with Nescafe?
No.
Yeah, so at the beginning there
There's,
was
like-
quite a lot of what felt like product placements, but they weren't. They were name changed, except Nescafe.
Yeah.
That was so blatantly placed.
Like,
Yeah,
is
like,
this
at the
being backed by Big Bean?
Shout out to
Nescafe Blend 43.
Shout out specifically to Nescafe Blend 23 Decaf Mocha Banoffee coffee, my partner's favorite coffee. Peace.
That sounds more confusing
Oh,
than
I thought you were going to say
Guyver.
Nescafe Blend 43 because an Australian guy fought off a mugger with it.
What?
Oh, do you not know that?
Was it in a glass
No, like,
jar? Because I
What?
can see that.
Was
No,
it
it was-
the
it was a-
Guyver fighting him off with a pack of Nescafe 43? Because we are not on the Guyver.
Oh, look, it's just, we're talking about Nescafe.
Okay.
A few years ago, I don't remember, it made the news. It became a meme. Basically, a dude fought off outside of a petrol station, outside of a servo. He fought off someone trying to rob him with one of those glass jars of Nescafe Blend 43.
That would hurt.
And people made the joke of, we don't need guns in Australia, because we can just do this. But no, the Guyver. It starts off with a truck driver, and he picks a guy up,
A
says, hey,
hitchhiker.
what's
not
in your
with his
bag?
hands.
Is it drugs? He actually says it. He actually says that.
Yeah, is it money or
Or
drugs?
money.
It's neither. It's just weird scrap metal. And then he's like, you're lying to me. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And it's just like, what the fuck? And then he
gets killed
dies.
by a bug.
No, he
He
doesn't
gets
get killed.
killed by the
He gets killed by the
gets
hands
killed by
of
the
a
guy.
bug.
Yeah.
I mean,
And also he gets
they're
killed by
attached.
the terribly out of sync harp music that is completely out of time because the actual loop that they did, instead of going it goes
so what you're saying is the MIDI harp was Guyver out of control?
It was the out of
Fucking
control.
god.
Roll credits.
Shut the fuck up.
No, should
I
we talk
also
about the-
have written down titty cannons as
That's
a note.
later.
Oh, yeah.
titty
That's a little later
That's
on.
way later.
I want to talk about the
Fucking-
milk.
We
You
already
want to talk
did.
about the milk?
We didn't.
Did.
We barely talked about the
only-
milk.
So,
There's nothing to say about the
homo
milk
is
other
short
than
for
homo milk.
homosexual, and
Yeah.
milk is a slang term for male semen. From this, we can gather that in the Guyver universe, there is some kind of sperm delivery system that goes to every single house.
There's in fact
Either
so
that-
much sperm they had pipes of it in the ending.
Exactly. So
See?
from this,
Oh my
we can
God.
gather
Why
the
does it have-
Guyver universe runs on cum.
Okay. But why does it have to be
This is fucking
specifically male?
incomprehensible.
But why does it have to be male semen?
Well, that was the 80s. They weren't that progressive.
Yeah.
No, for real though.
We're
I
not.
thought
We're
it
not
was-
talking about the Futa farms. We're not doing that
I
tonight.
didn't have
No,
that
not
back
tonight.
then.
That's a different episode. That's
a
on the
different
Patreon.
episode.
Prepare
We don't have a Patreon.
Monetized!
We have a Patreon. Go to our Patreon.
It's just
Yeah,
an
go to their
image of-
Patreon. You won't find the you won't find the Futa episode because it doesn't exist.
Yet.
But you know they have a Patreon.
Fucking god, I'm dying.
Anyway, just the
Need
milk.
to do
it's
better. This sucks.
I'm having fun.
Okay, but here's the problem.
It's fun,
This
but
show-
this sucks.
Yeah, but the problem is that this anime is so batshit insane and so crazy and tangential and jumping around. Here, there, everywhere. Oh, there's tentacle shenanigans. Oh, there's brooding off into the distance. Oh, there's high school. Oh, there's panty shots. Oh, there's fan service. Oh, there's exposition
anything-
being
I don't
discussed.
remember there being panty shots because I
Yeah,
don't
no.
think she had underwear on at
it
any
was,
It was all
point.
bare ass.
She had a leotard on. And I remember
but
this because in my notes I have down era accurate workout gear.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
for some
it was
reason...
all bare ass shots and Kaname Date's wet dream, that being the X-ray of a pelvis.
But it was really interesting, right? Because they swapped out one of the characters, or they gender bent one of
can't-
the characters.
Yes.
I can't believe
Yes,
y'all managed
yes.
to bring in either Somnium Files into this. God damn it.
It's a good game. Yes, they did swap out one of the characters. I'm regaining control. I am grabbing it by my
By the homo milk?
Grabbing
throat to
You're
get
grabbing
some
it
kind
by
of
the
in-
arms like that dude, like the lizard dude did to the skeleton dude at the beginning and ripping the
He had
arms off.
really weak
Yes.
wrists, which is a design flaw.
I've noticed in this anime that a lot of the most effective attacks are arm-destroying attacks. Consistently, they'll just grab the arms, and then the arms will explode into orange juice, like there's giant Sunny D packets in their arms and all that stuff. It gets
Yeah.
to the point where one of the bugs tries to blow off Guyver's arms consistently, fires off like 7 shots point blank, fails miserably, and the Guyver doesn't even need to duck because he's only aiming for his arms and missing. And that's when the
Yeah,
titty
because-
cannons come into place.
Because the dude he's got laser cannons on his shoulders. They're like organic lasers, like biolasers or whatever, on his shoulders, but he can't fucking aim them, so he just keeps missing.
He's got to do like a little wiggle.
There's a fight scene where they don't even move. They just stand still for the entire fight scene.
That's the one
and
we're
shoot
talking
lasers
about.
at each other.
That's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. He's aiming for the arms because they're the weak points, but he can't. He keeps missing, and then the Guyver guy, I forget his name, Sho, I think, is just like,
Sho.
okay, I just moved slightly to the left, and then titty cannons.
He rips
Yeah,
his
he,
own chest open to fire the cannons, which I think is worth noting because the other guy didn't have to.
He opened his shoulders up.
Yeah, but he just kind of like...
Yeah.
It felt more like
I
he
think-
was supposed to. I feel like Sho's titty cannons were kind of like for show.
I like what you did there.
Thank you.
E-
Can you add the drum roll effect, the rim shot effect to that, please?
Shot.
Yeah,
First.
sure. I'll just throw
Thank
in
you.
rim shot. Yeah, cool.
Do you want to go back to
Right.
the changes between this and the
Yes.
manga?
Yeah, okay.
Changes between
Now
this and the
you-
manga.
Now you can have control.
I feel the power coming back. So yeah, this is loosely based on the first 4 chapters of the manga. They do, I'm gonna be real, they do a pretty good job of turning 4 chapters of a manga into a much more cohesive single story than you'd expect from what is effectively 4 episodic episodes of a story. The main differences are, 1, they get rid of a best friend character. This did not come up during the commentary track, but there is just straight up a character missing who is Sho's best friend, who is like his guy in the chair. He knows kind of what's going on. He doesn't really know what's going on, but he's like, he's the smart guy to Sho's average Joe type character, and he's just like completely gone from out of control from the movie. His role is kind of replaced with love interest Mizuki, except not at all. Sho kind of doesn't seem to have any friends
They got shot,
in
didn't
No,
they?
he
the
had-
movie.
Well, they
Oh
all
wait, no,
have
yeah,
two
he has friends,
friends.
but then they get shot in the head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they die in a school shooting that the police are obviously very unequipped to handle. They're completely lazy, just like the actual police. Yes, being dead is not an excuse.
Yeah, I guess content warning for this one that will be at the top of the episode, but just to reiterate, there is gun violence and a school shooting, technically.
And a lot of
And
regular
so-
violence too.
And a lot of regular violence, but...
And tentacle sexual
And
assaults.
tentacle stuff. Yeah, we'll get to the fucking
Actually,
tentacle stuff.
She may have been into it. Up to interpretation.
There is one thing about the violence that I do want to bring up, though. They do this thing which a lot of OVAs do. I first kind of discovered it in the '86 Transformers movie, and it's one thing I really dislike. It's where the action is really well animated and really punchy, but then the sound effects betray it, and they feel a little bit warbled and underdone. And I found that was
Yeah.
one of my biggest gripes with this. I'm not saying it's bad fight scenes, bad animation. Just sound design is key in fights like this, and I feel that was one of the
I swear in a previous episode someone said it was it was a lot harder to mix audio back then than it is
Yes, it is.
compared
You had to do
now
it
with digital
manually,
stuff.
basically.
But there are great examples and great anime that just have that punchy sound effects. A lot of OVAs as well, but this wasn't one of them. And it makes a lot of the action seem very nonchalant. And it's like, it's very well animated and it looks painful as shit, but it comes across as very nonchalant and just kind of like, oh yeah, me bloody arm's falling off, mate. What am I going to do about it?
I mean, arguably, it's a show of their power and how above humanity they are.
And how
Nice
much
analysis.
testosterone is flowing through their veins.
We've got a giant tokusatsu explosion. It's blown up everything like it does every week. That's a blood of shame, ain't it?
Oh, actually, no, you reminded me. That's a really funny bit. Where is it? Yeah, in my notes, bystander's view of the explosion. When Sho and
Oh
Mizuki,
god, yeah.
when they get the Guyver metal transformer thing, it is a bystander's view of the generic tokusatsu monster explosion. It's a great scene.
Just comes out of nowhere. Just
it is.
explosion in the distance.
Yeah, like you know they're next to each other, like that. You know that these groups are near each other, where you've got the Kronos group dealing with a rogue agent of theirs.
Not the Hades
yeah.
Kronos. Anyone playing Hades 2, not that Kronos. It's okay. You can go back to your game, and after this, just watch the podcast first or listen to it, I guess.
Also, any, 500 BC Greeks who are out there, not your guy.
This isn't. I want to make a clicker training joke in there with the Kronos thing.
What? What's
'cause
the
Doc-
context?
Well, Doc said, no, not that Kronos, calm down. So it's like, no, that's not.
See,
it
y'all
makes
joke,
sense.
you'll joke, but I work at a pet supply store, and the amount of queer folks that come in to buy clickers and get very visibly excited for it, and also get customized dog tags and customized
Hey, can you do a
collars.
mate discount?
Yeah. What?
Oh my god.
A what?
I need
can
you
hear
not
that.
to I need you not to out us on the internet, Han.
I'm outing myself. I'm not saying shit about you.
You're not part of
Okay,
Oh shit, I'm
um,
saying shit about myself.
Okay,
This is all going in.
let me fix it. Let me fix it.
Oh fuck. Anyway,
Gunsmith cats.
Anyway,
Gunsmith cats.
Kronos attacks the Guyver.
Kronos is the name of the
So-
organization that's hunting the Guyvers down, as far as I can tell.
But it's not really
Yeah.
clear because they say like, we don't have the ability to deal with the Guyver suits, but Kronos does, and so you think, to me at least, I thought Kronos was a person, not an organization.
Is that maybe the organization above them? Like, that kind of just like a wing?
I think it's the organization they work for.
Because they said
Yeah.
Kronos Japan at one point, so it seems like they have branches. I also think there are aliens involved, because it was like the Zorboids.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes,
so I think
the-
they
The
might...
The Zoanoids.
Yeah, so maybe they're trying to adapt alien technology for human use.
They never
I think
explain
that
it because
is-
it's an OVA that's just supposed to be the first few chapters, but apparently they do it through the power of the orb in some way or another.
The
The orb.
the Guyver suits and the things that like the Guyver metal buckle things, they are said in a single line that's like a narrate from the woman whose only job is exposition.
Well, no,
she-
that's not her only job.
It's one of her 2 jobs.
Also attacking teenagers.
One of her 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
So
We'll get to
fan
her other 2
service,
jobs.
Exposition and attacking
Yeah.
teenagers.
Yeah.
They're actually very, very economical about her delivery of exposition. When she delivers exposition, it's at the same time that they're dropping fan service. So they're really getting value for time there.
She spends,
Yeah.
like, I want to say a quarter of her screen time just fully naked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which-
Or
yeah.
showing boobies.
Not
But then
even
she
Or
says
shows
that-
accurate.
movies.
She says the Guyver stuff is ancient alien technology that was like buried away.
Wow,
or
I
something.
genuinely missed that line somehow.
Yeah.
It was when
Well,
she was
I
taunting
wonder
him for not being
why.
I was
I wonder
distracted.
why. Yeah,
I
it
was
really just
noticing
comes.
the way her boobs moved in the like built-in hurricane thing in the shower, which I want.
So
That's
yeah,
cool as hell. Where's that technology, guys?
She probably only exists in this so that there's an of-age character that they can do fan service with because this is an 80s OVA, and OVAs with sex sell.
Yes, and even though
yeah, I mean
the-
that's what you.
Go on.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, even though
Oh,
they had, even though they had a girlfriend character, nothing actually happened to her, and all the sex was on, all the like fan service was on this new
no,
character.
something did happen to her. Someone took a knife and then cut the top of her shirt a little bit so you could
You
see a
didn't
small
see
amount of her
anything,
bra.
of
though.
us.
Maybe he was just trying
That-
to
that-
stab her. And that's fine.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but that felt. I'm gonna say tasteful. That's probably not the right word I'm looking for.
It was restrained.
It was restrained
yeah.
because the main thing is what they clearly wanted to do was have Sho as a character feel like she's like his love interest. Mizuki is in danger of a number of things beyond just like physical violence, but they didn't really show anything like that. It
Which
is
I'm
not
thankful for
out of the
because, underage characters. I'm thankful they didn't go that way.
it's unfortunately not out of the question for underage characters to be depicted in adult situations when it comes to this media. It's a risk we run talking about this in general. It's just something that kind of happens sometimes, unfortunately. But I was kind of impressed that they did keep the vast majority. In fact, no, I'm going to say all of like the actual sex to and actual sexual content to the adult character who was introduced solely so they could do that. Because there's some moments which might be perceived as fan service on Mizuki, but they're incredibly tame. And I think that's more like perception of, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah, like the most fan servicey scene we got with Mizuki was when Sho is carrying her home after the initial Guyver incident, and he's holding her by her ass, and she's like, you perv, and runs away, like classic anime.
Well, it's
It's interesting that she
it's
gets really
it's
creeped
a
out.
piggyback.
It's
Yeah,
interesting that she gets really creeped out at being piggybacked and having her behind touched. But when he's in Guyver form, she's completely cool with it. And when she gets picked up by a giant monster, she actually seems kind of okay for a brief second there. So I'm not buying that she's completely scared of these monsters.
Well, okay, yes, there is like a monster fucker sort of reading into it you can make. I just think she was utterly frozen in terror.
Yeah, that's probably
Because there are
actually what it
4
was supposed to be.
reactions.
Sure.
There are 4 reactions to fear. Fight,
Sure.
flight, freeze, and fuck.
I believe it's actually called fawn, but close enough.
It's 4 Fs, that's about all that matters.
Interestingly, so I decided to look up the VHS covers. Very few of them actually show the adult female character naked in any way, but she is on a lot of the box art.
That makes sense.
With
That
kind
makes
of
sense,
equal
yeah.
standing to show.
Well, I assume the expectation of the time was that there would be a lot of fan service in these OVAs, so you see a female character, you can assume she'll get naked at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And-
then tentacle stuff. Shall we just deal with the fucking tentacle stuff?
We can
I
start
first-
with
I
the
wanna-
show's
Danced around it
interaction.
enough.
I want to talk about the shower first because
Okay, yeah.
the adult woman who's only there for fan service.
Do we know her
exposition,
name, or is that bad of us?
fights.
Valeria?
I can't remember her name.
It's something like that.
So her name is Valkyria Visca, I
Chronicles?
believe.
Oh, that just
Valkyria
exudes. That exudes OC. That exudes edgy OC.
Well, no, the thing is, Visca is the name of the character in the manga, because just to get it out of the way, Valkyria is not in the manga. In the manga, Guyver 2 is a man called Visca who takes on the power of Guyver 2, has a single chapter fight with Sho, and then dies in the exact same way to how Valkyria dies in this. Spoilers. If you're listening to a podcast talking about something and you've not watched the thing, then that's kind of your own fault. We've never not spoiled stuff, you know.
So he dies to
He dies to getting the orb in his head, in the Guyver suit's head, cracked, and then melting.
yeah. So wait, in the manga, does he also die to the background cell frame being warbled around while the music plays the Blues Brothers theme?
I mean, maybe, technically, it's a manga. They can't exactly wobble the background on paper.
Well, they can.
You can manipulate the
warp it.
panel.
Translator's note, shake
Yeah.
the page.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a
Translator's
fun effect.
note, flipperama.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just fucking flipperama.
But no, I want to complain about the shower.
Oh, you want to
I'm not
complain about the shower?
Why?
Because it's it's a glass door in a huge room, and it's warped a little bit, but you can still clearly see stuff through it. That is not private at all. Who
been to
designed
a
this? I
hotel,
know
though, to
who
be
designed this
fair.
shower, but like who designed this shower?
To be fair, those kinds of showers actually do exist, and I have seen them. They're more aesthetic than they are actual privacy.
Also, we couldn't really tell from context where the shower was because it kind of cut to her talking to a guy,
Yeah, it
which
cuts to her
sort
being in
of
the
Yeah.
office.
implied it's just in his office.
Yeah, he just got a shower in his office, and she's just casually naked all the time.
The office is underground with the rest of that underground docks place, right? I'm guessing.
yeah.
No, I
The
thought
think
there was a
so.
window to the outside in the office.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but then
maybe
water
there is.
came through it when it exploded.
That was the office.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
They like cut back to it,
Oh,
and like water rushed in through the big window.
Oh, so it was all on the ship then?
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
thought
all
the ship-
underwater somewhere.
I thought that it was like the ship was a facade that actually led to an underground facility.
Maybe.
Because at the end, the explosion was just the ship, right?
But then
I
it
too
kind
thought
of
it was underground.
obliterated everything nearby.
It did. The woman who dies, you know, the fan service woman, Valkyria, does say
Yes.
that Mizuki is being held underground.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think it's like a either a translation thing, or the ship is a facade for an underground facility.
Oh, I know exactly where it is. It's in Alcatraz, like last time.
We should deal with the elephant in the room. We should
Yeah,
talk about the sex scene.
So,
The
okay,
tentacle scene.
I've got a good way to talk about it, I think. So the
Yeah, sure.
Guyver unit seems to be comprised of these like tentacle wires, and when it latches onto Sho, they kind of go into his mouth a little bit, and you're like, oh, that was a bit weird. But then when they latch onto her, it's full tentacle hentai-esque, which I think you can
Yeah.
envision, but it really does go
Esque.
in every hole.
Esque. It's way more than esque.
With Sho, well, no, you don't actually see anything technically. With Sho, it just goes down his throat and he can't breathe. But with Valkyria, it goes in her belly button, in her mouth, up both holes. But you don't technically see it go in. You just see it hover there.
It
and
kind
you
of
see her
You
switches
do
reaction.
see her
to an
facial
X-ray effect.
expressions.
You do
Yeah,
see
yeah,
her
that's
reaction.
right.
The other thing is that when it is bonding with her, we go into the white clouds dimension, and she is completely naked all of a sudden. She was wearing
Yep.
clothes before, and then when she gets out of the suit after transforming for the first time, she's back in clothes. This bit is very... it feels very, I'm gonna say shoehorned in, because it exists solely so they can have tentacle hentai in the thing. Not to say that like it's not to say that they can't justify saying, oh, Guyver kind of tentacly, have tentacle stuff, but more like the fact that she's suddenly in the white cloud dimension and naked is kind of like, okay, we're doing this because we need this scene. There's no justification for her being naked. There's no justification for how long this goes, or the fact that it's framed like a magical girl transformation where she's naked. It's just kind of like, yeah. Anyway, sorry.
One thing I do like about the melding scene is you can see there's like a front view, silhouette view of the veins of the Guyver suit sort of going inside her and spreading out and melding with her. I like that scene. I like that shot.
That is actually a pretty
shot.
cool shot. Yeah.
Also, take a shot for every franchise that involves Screaming Mad George and the word melding.
No, it's shunting in fucking Society.
I thought it was melding in Society.
No, it's shunting.
Okay.
We're not talking about Society.
No, we are talking about the corrupt police officer who transformed into a monster and how he was big and round.
You mean the
No,
ugly
shut
bastard
up.
with weird?
Yeah.
You mean the ugly bastard with weirdly small limbs compared to the rest of his body?
Yeah.
It's because he was a bug.
Segways.
I was really
Yay.
hoping I could make a joke this episode because I was told there would be tentacle stuff. I can't make that joke this episode. Maybe next time.
What's the
I'm not
don't
surprised-
spoil the joke.
I'm not surprised
go.
that it turned out this way though, because I was looking it up and the art director is Torayo Arai, and he directed quite a lot of Urusei Yatsura, quite a lot of Ranma movies. He also directed where was it? Obviously Guyver. But a bunch of he basically seems really prolific for that time, but also did a lot of the horniest TV shows and movies.
I see. What else
what's
have
that?
they done?
They did
Does it
one
have?
called-
Can we trace this back to Evangelion in any way?
I don't
With
think
like
yes.
cast members.
Well, I mean, yeah, because
Well,
all the
Ford
blood is
Eva.
orange. They've got orange
yeah.
juice instead of blood, so that's
Yeah,
your
no,
Ava thing, yeah.
they're all inklings. They all have orange blood.
You're a squid now. You're a kid now.
Oh.
I didn't find an Ava connection in my research, but I did find out that Mizuki's VA plays Sailor Mars in Sailor
there's
Moon.
the
So
Sailor Moon
take a
connection.
shot. There's
Yeah.
the connection. Everybody take a shot.
I was trying to remember what's
But I
the
don't
what's
drink.
the thing that there's always a connection to? Is it Sailor Moon?
It's Sailor Moon.
Always Sailor Moon.
Oh, the
Everyone
director
was in
worked
Sailor
on
Moon,
quite
it's
a lot
fine.
of Tenchi Muyo as well. So a lot of the harem
Oh,
anime of the time.
Tenchi Muyo, as in the TV series or the OVA ones.
He worked
Sorry.
on. So he did background art for Tenchi Muyo, or Tenchi Forever the movie, and then he was the art director for Tenchi the movie, Tenchi Muyo in Love.
Oh, so yeah, the two Tenchi Universe movies. Got it. I think. I'm not super familiar with Tenchi Muyo. I've seen one video, the exact video you're thinking of.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say
only
is
thing
that
I
the
know
exact
about-
video I'm thinking of.
The only thing I know about Tenchi is my aunt's Shih Tzu Maltese was called Tenchi, and he passed away 2 years ago. Rip and pasta.
There
Rest
are
in
no
peace,
Shih
little
Tzu
guy.
Maltese in the Guyver.
That
Well,
we
that's why
know
it's a
of.
bad anime.
I thought it was overall quite interesting. I think the kind of animation was like really good in some places, and then obviously quite weak in others because they were working with what they had. And I think they did quite a good job of kind of getting it to where it needed to go, even if they had to reuse some animation and flashbacks occasionally.
Oh, there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many flashbacks.
So many facts.
Actually, there aren't that many. There's like 3.
Yeah,
But
but they're
for some
all the
reason-
things
but-
that happened 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, like at the beginning, Sho transforms back out of his Guyver suit for the first time, and then it cuts to him at school, and then 2 minutes after that cut, it then cuts back to him walking, taking Mizuki presumably back to her house when she's unconscious, and then it cuts back to school, which is just a really weird choice.
Oh, actually, considering the images that you just posted.
It took me so long, but I tracked down the Japanese cover for this one. Interestingly, it says out of standardized on it instead of out of control.
Oh,
But
interesting.
it's definitely the right Guyver.
But no, like the visual difference
Yeah.
between him at the start, he like transforms while
Yeah,
he's,
he looks like he gets older.
Yeah, he
and,
goes on
like,
the run
it
for
might-
a period of time.
Well, that's because
Yeah,
he goes through a cornfield and then suddenly learns the beauty of, grain. And then he also ends up in a desert, despite the fact that Japan has no deserts. So it's not actually a desert. It's the Tokusatsu quarry, the Toei quarry.
The one that's on Mount. It's on a mountain. You can visit there if you're in Japan. You can visit the Tokusatsu quarry, assuming
Can
they're
you
not
also
filming.
do
and-
explosions as well?
I think you can.
yeah, they do explosion shots there.
So I've seen
there we go,
like
that's why-
cosplayers go there.
Yeah.
Well, then obviously that's why he grew older, because he spent a lot of time working on tokusatsu shows between shots, and then eventually he came back to... And that's why there was a flashback, because it actually happened several years in the future.
Well, so why did Mizuki not age?
Women
Shut up.
don't, as everyone knows.
Yeah, women don't age.
Yes.
I think what it's meant to show, as someone brought it up when we were watching.
I think it was
It's-
me.
It was someone that it's meant to show like he's grown as a person. He's a changed man,
He's depressed.
but he depressed. He got taller and his hair he got the Joey Wheeler haircut.
Oh my... Yes, that is what it is. That is exactly what it is.
Hey,
But, like,
Yugi,
it
I
kinda
got
works,
this
but it-
Guyver thing!
Oh, jeez, Yugs. It kind of works for the to show he's changed, but it's
Use
confusing.
non-binary? That's cool. Sorry.
Hi, honey, if you're listening to this, which you probably aren't.
Anyway.
Hi, MJ. Anyway, oh, God, I'm so fucking tired after that.
Anyway,
It was
Gunsmith
definitely
Cats.
intense.
Oi, that's my joke.
Anyway, the Guyver.
But like
like
everyone's the
interestingly, I saw a few things mentioned that kind of all of his moping and brooding is anime original. So
It
there's kind of a
is.
more emotional focus in the OVA, potentially to kind of hit those classic beats, like, he gets like knocked down. He has to like come to terms with this change. He gets a cool hairdo and pops the top button of his collar.
And gets
It-
taller, which makes the timeline of this OVA very confusing.
It is kind of again. I feel like a lot of this stuff was done to make to make it flow better as a film. The pacing is weird. Let's not get this wrong. The pacing is still weird, but unlike again, our main comparison here is Dragon Half, which is the other X number of chapters of a manga adapted into. Well, for that was 2-episode OVA, but still, where that was going like at chapter
only 2
after chapter
episodes?
after chapter, like you had 2 minutes on any given chapter of the manga, and then you went on to something else. This one, I think they did a better job of combining 4 chapters of story into a comprehensible movie? Question
Yeah.
mark.
It was relatively coherent. Like, some stuff was
Yeah.
confusing, but I still kind of roughly understood how we got from, like, A to B to C.
Aside from
Yeah.
the fact that if the organization had just asked him nicely, he probably would have given the suit over. But they had to kidnap
no
his
one fucking
girlfriend.
talks in this.
No.
No, because they're all,
They all go-
beholden to...
The orb, the
The
control
orb
metal.
doesn't
orb.
like to talk. The orb wants action.
Everyone goes straight to violence. There's a corrupt police officer who goes straight to threatening him for the Guyver suit.
Yeah, he just calls him a cockroach and tries to threaten him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calls him a cockroach, tries to kill him. Says, hey, we got your love interest who is only a love interest now and didn't really seem like that at the beginning.
I mean, they were a man and a woman standing next to each other, so...
Yeah.
In 80s terms, that's basically dating.
Yeah.
So I've got a fun fact about the zoonoids.
What's the fun
So-
fact about the zoonoids?
The zoonoids are the, I don't know if I explained, but they're the people that can turn into giant monsters that he kills many, many of.
Yes.
And I didn't know what Zoan meant, but I knew in a very nerdy way, Zoan is one of the fruit types in One Piece. So I looked into it, and Zoan just means animal
Oh,
in Greek, apparently.
Question: Can Zoanoids turn back? Because we never see it in the anime.
No, we do see it because the dude who killed the truck driver, he
Yes, he
turned
does
into
turn
one
back.
and then turned back.
Ah, fair.
But
and then
not
turned
like-
into
not
one
like-
again.
Yeah, I don't think he fully turned back though.
No.
They can turn back.
It's just
Very
that
clear. It's
one
just we
guy
never
was
get
kind
to
of
see it on.
standing around.
Wow,
Screw.
manga spoilers.
Yeah, he just killed
What
all
about
of
for
the Zoanoids.
what about us anime onlys?
This is literally just the manga. Well, it's not. It's quite different, but it's just the first 4 chapters. Guyver 3 shows up for like 5 seconds, and it's just
And
like,
we
oh,
know
hey,
he's-
here's-
And we know he's a good guy because the music is very ethereal and very friendly, and he's got a very supple voice.
It does
Before
have a
that,
supple
though,
voice.
I want to say the Guyver suits, they have like eyes on the tops, on like 45-degree angles on the sides of their head. They move around, and it's really creepy, but it's really good.
It's very like
Yeah.
gross and visceral. I really
Yeah.
like how it, especially when like she kind of goes out of control. You really feel like sort of like the suit is taking over.
I don't think there's enough body horror. Like, there's plenty of gore. There's not enough body horror.
I don't
Yeah,
really
the,
get a good sense for how much control the Guyver suits had.
I don't know either.
Yeah, because when Sho first transforms, he's not in control because he snaps into control and it's like, what the fuck's going on? After he kills everyone.
But then later he's just kind of good with it.
I mean, maybe
Just
that's
chill.
why he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just standing there when that guy was shooting at him with his shoulder cannons. He was just trying to acclimatize because he sort of accidentally summoned it back.
yeah.
Oops,
By
I've
comparison,
Oopsies, I've accidentally summoned the orb.
Literally.
the suit.
The goo. We should talk about Valkyria's death, though.
Yeah, she gets all goopy and melts.
Yeah.
But they made sure to show her
She-
naked one last time while she was dying.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
they? I missed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
it
she's getting
strips it
vaporized.
away.
The tit cannons, the
Oh, yeah.
show shoots,
Shows
blow
big
off
naturals.
the show's big naturals. They blow off the melty goopy Guyver suit, and then she's naked for like a few seconds, and then she disintegrates.
So yeah, there is a bit of metal in their foreheads of the armor that lets them control the Guyver suit. Otherwise, it gets all melty and starts eating them, and they look like the half-made melting monster from Nausicaa.
Yeah, it's...
Second episode in a row that we brought up Nausicaa.
Nausicaa's a valuable piece of artistic history.
It is. It's a very important and valuable piece of artistic history.
That was
but
pre-Ghibli, wasn't it?
how does it come up?
Nausicaa?
Yeah, Nausicaa is pre-Ghibli. Same with Laputa. I don't know what the first proper Ghibli film was. Obviously, it's considered to be Nausicaa now because retroactively Nausicaa is considered a Studio Ghibli film because everyone that worked on it went to go and work at Studio Ghibli afterwards. But I don't know what Studio Ghibli's actual first project as Ghibli was.
Time
I
to
could
watch the
look it
whole
up.
film lineup and find out.
I do think, so I always feel like OVAs are kind of like a little, like, taste of the thing. And watching that did genuinely make me want to seek out more Guyver stuff. Like,
I know, right?
there was almost because it was a little crap, like, there was so, not like, more in terms of, like, narrative.
No. You're all good. Don't worry about it.
But it's like, I kind of, like, want to be able to fill in those gaps, either by reading the manga or the other OVA, or the other OVA, or the live-action American
To
adaptation.
actually be able to comprehend what the Guyver is.
Yeah, like,
I
what's
still
actually
don't know.
going on here?
They never explain anything. Are they aliens? Are they bioweapons?
No, they are aliens.
Yeah,
They're
but
like
they're like
alien. They're alien technology that Kronos is wanting to turn or use somehow.
It's kind of like Venom.
It's like Venom, yeah.
Wait,
I
It's
can
not
Venom?
see
like
that.
symbiote
Venom.
vibes.
You mean like you mean like the fourth deluxe Insecticon?
You mean like the 19 inches of venom, which you can treat yourself to? But no, the Guyver technology is alien technology from who knows how long ago, and that's all we really get. We get a lot of exposition in one go about how the suit works, which is a shit ton of technobabble, and I just sort of glazed over when they were talking about it. But we don't really get a lot into the origin. I think if the OVA focused more on, like, later chapters as opposed to the first few chapters, it would have been a much stronger OVA, but instead we get quite a large space of not a lot really happening. Like, stuff's happening, but, like, the interesting stuff doesn't really happen. Like, they could have glossed over some stuff to get more runtime into the interesting stuff. Anyway, you were saying.
I was gonna say.
I was just gonna.
Oh.
No, not you,
Sorry.
hon. Not you.
I was gonna say, like,
sorry.
it kind of just felt like a lot of scenes sometimes. Like, as if we were kind of missing pieces between, which was presumably, to kind of make the time or to make, the actual OVA exist. So, like, I feel like that's where some of the pacing issues came from. Like, there was just supposed to be, like, maybe an extra 20 minutes. But they had to, animate him eating that corn, and that was way more narratively important.
The corn was very important.
The voice actor for Sho is very much still active as a voice actor, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He's
A lot of
Zeus
them
in One
are.
Piece as well. And he's also in, like, Golden Kamuy and Parasites. Yeah, very active.
Hey, I love Golden Kamuy. I need to get back to that show. I didn't fall off. I just put it on hold while I did some studies and forgot to pick it back up.
It'd be lovely.
Actually, on the subject of VAs, if you want to know something wild, Valkyria's VA is the primary voice actor for Anpan Man, and has been the entire time.
That's amazing.
That's great.
No, look,
The only thing I know about Unpun Man is that it was referenced in a Gintama episode about one guy on a stakeout being obsessed with Unpun and just going crazy by the end of it.
I'm not in the anime community. I have no idea what Anpan Man is.
He's
Unpun
Ant-Man.
is
It's,
sweetbread. Unpun is sweetbread.
It's specifically red bean bun. It's very nice.
It's a very, very or it's a kids show basically. It's from what I understand about Anpan Man, I'm not super familiar with it. Like, I'm familiar with it enough to go like, wait, this voice actress who did the super gory, violent tentacle hentai movie, also did fucking Anpan Man,
show.
but yeah, this cute kids show, like at the same
more
time,
common than
if
you
I'm not
think.
mistaken.
The producer of this OVA was prolific as hell as well. He produced Akira. He produced Appleseed, Cowboy Bebop.
Which
Kojia.
one? Which
what
Apple
was
Seed?
it? Appleseed brackets movie.
Wait, the CG
doesn't
one
help.
or the original OVA by Gynax?
The original OVA, I think.
Oh,
Hey!
hey!
We're back.
We're
That
back.
one was after this, right? That one was after this, right?
Yes, that was.
Well, I guess-
Actually, no, that's 1985, right? Hang on, let me remember what actual shows we've done.
Oh yeah,
I
while you're looking
know-
that up,
Yeah.
I just remembered at the beginning when it was showing the companies involved, there was like one company logo that had a gorilla, but the text was slightly off. It was tilted slightly. It was at an angle, so I thought the rip we were watching was always going to be at an angle, but no, it was just that one logo.
88.
They're trying to look cool.
Gorilla.
Also, because I've just been kind of staring at the VHS covers for the two, I've noticed that the kind of key art on the front of the English one is like half of the same image on the back of the Japanese one. But I've only
Yeah.
just actually twigged what it is. It's
Oh,
the
wow, yeah.
head of the Guyver opening up.
Which never
Oh.
happens.
Yeah, but it really kind of emphasizes that kind of symbiote, semi-organic sort of vibe that it's supposed to have, I guess.
Techno-organic. It's baby's first Bionicle.
Wait a
It's not
minute.
Baby's first Bionicle.
Wait a minute. I'm reading this. I'm reading the English cover. Enter the dark, ultra-violent Yakuza run world of Guyver out of control. Where did the Yakuza show up?
I've been
Oh,
meaning to
yeah.
bring that up because I also read that and it was like, wait, what? There were no Yakuza in this.
They
Just like-
insinuating like Kronos?
I thought they were
Kronos the
government.
Yeah. Since when?
Yeah, I thought they were a government organization.
Did we ever find out
No.
who killed his friends? Speaking of.
And blame the whole thing. They literally said at some point, "Oh, we'll tell the press and everything that it was a terrorist attack." They control the media. That's not Yakuza. Yakuza don't control the media, as far as I know.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
They
My
control the
only
media.
exposure. Sorry, go on.
Suddenly the news broadcast just ends, and then it's just Majima on roller skates. Tsunori, I love you. Todo
Oh,
que
God.
wo, kimi to you love me. Suinake.
Yeah, we touched on this a little earlier. No one talks. They go straight to threats and violence. And Sho is like, I'm gonna go find Mizuki. And then he fucking runs away for like a few days. And just
Yeah.
leaves her. And when he finally gets her back at the end, I think it's supposed to show he's changed a lot. He can't, be a normal person anymore, so he doesn't say anything and he leaves. It's not very clear on that.
And then he disappears, never to be seen again.
He
because
does. He
this
just he
version of the
saves her.
continuity never got a follow-up.
Yeah, he saves her and then just leaves forever.
I also noticed on the back of the English VHS, it just straight up says, "Do not confuse it with this other Guyver series."
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Where does it
because
say that?
It's like the second paragraph by his head.
Guyver Out of Control is based on the original manga created by Yoshiki Takuya, and is and is different from the current dubbed series Bio Booster Armor Guyver.
I was
Go,
just gonna say,
go.
if you look down at the bottom, there's also an FBI warning.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
It's just for like
Federal
copyright
laws
protection.
provides severe civil and criminal penalties for unauthorized reproduction. Good thing
Oh,
I own a
no.
real VHS copy, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
if you- Sorry,
I
go
want
on.
to say one last thing. Sorry. I'm being Columbo over here. Oh, one more thing.
One more thing.
But Guyver 3 shows up for like 3 minutes. And they have this conversation all while there's smoke filling the air and the place they're in is about to blow up. And Mizuki is unconscious, breathing in who knows how much smoke and
other
toxic
stuff.
vapors.
Yeah.
And then Guyver 3 just says, "Oh yeah, that orb in your belt, you can use that to control reality, control gravity, and fly out of here." And then he teleports away. And that's all we see of him.
He's
It's
like
so
the mentor
weird, 'cause-
character and an absent father all in one.
All in one.
Yeah. Because obviously Guyver 3 is a character in the manga, but this only, again, what the OVA is adapting only really gets up to, in a different way, but gets up to like where he's introduced and doesn't go beyond that. So I don't really know what he's like, because I've not read that far. It might be worth reading, but I mean, good luck getting your hands on this. I think there have been English language printings, but you know.
He's like
It
a soft
definitely
summer
felt like-
breeze.
It definitely felt like setting up for something else. Like, I wonder if they hoped to get a second OVA. Because when was the second one? It was like a good 3 years later, right?
The second attempt was a few years later with the series of OVAs. The Guyver Bio Boosted Armor, which is a 6-episode OVA series, which was then followed by a second 6-episode OVA series.
Obviously, it's like way more of an undertaking, but I wonder how much better an adaptation it is.
I don't think
Well,
this was a
who
bad
knows?
adaptation. I don't think this was a bad adaptation. Not having read the original source material, I think it was just a limited adaptation that they did their best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
definitely how it felt. Like, there was very clearly, like, a lot of an attempt to make this look really cool. And, like, kind of try and adapt some level of story and try and do something there, you know, like, adding in him having his whole little emotional moment.
I'm
Like-
sure
Yeah.
their mothers are very proud.
The biggest
Tommy
issue with the
Tallarico's.
OVA,
Get out of here.
the biggest issue with the OVA is there's not enough of it to like get a good grasp of the story.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they either spent like kind of too long on montages, or they should have had more montages.
Yeah. Yeah.
On one hand, I would have very much preferred they put in more time to focus on other things. On the other, a lot of that time was spent on the flashbacks and such. So I don't know if they would have used 90 minutes as well.
Yeah, like, I wonder if this was, like, 40 minutes and then 15 minutes of flashback and reused animation to try and kind of make it seem a little
run
grander.
time.
Yeah, because it is on the actual box that it's 55
And
minutes
tentacle
long. Like,
hentai, remember.
it's like a selling point that it's in color as well.
To be fair, they do that thing where they let all of the animation go at the very end of it, where suddenly they get in a big wrestling match, and the music even cuts out for all of 10 seconds, and they go crazy.
Oh yeah, when Sho finds Mizuki just in a prison in a hallway, like just in a random hallway, there's a cell. The music cuts out, like completely. There's nothing.
I
And they
think
just
it's meant
stare at
to
each other for a
indicate.
bit.
Yeah, I think it's meant to indicate that he's like seen her, and it's emotional, and like he's kind of
No,
brought
I'm
out
sure
of the
it
fight.
is.
But it's so jarring when it goes back straight
Like, they
into the
didn't
fight.
put something else there. Like, there's just
Yeah,
no
no,
music.
I think if there was some other form of backing track, it would have been a lot less jarring. But because there's nothing,
Yeah.
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 I actually think it was quite well, like, animated in general. Like, I thought the opening was, like, very limited animation, but it was very impactful.
We've seen worse animated stuff on this show.
We literally
Actually,
covered
that's just going to be
Twinkle
true
Nora
for
Rock Me.
yeah.
Yeah, we literally
It's
watched
pretty
that.
hard to be worse than Nora. So
Yeah, and like they did pull out all the stops at the very end. Like when it's a tokusatsu series, so they got to do the explosions very well, and they did them very well at the end.
no, not only that, but they had a Guyver theme song, kind of in a very Showa Kamen Rider theme song style, playing. That was a lot. I like that. I appreciate that. As insufferable Rider fan, that was really fun. I enjoyed that.
As
I
someone
liked
who
it compared to the murder and gore.
Yeah.
As someone who is not into Kamen Rider and does not want to get into Kamen Rider, this show did not convince me to get into Kamen Rider. Ha ha! Take that, Fire by 27!
this
God, can
feels
we
like
not-
a personal beef.
Yeah, can we not have personal beef on the podcast?
No, I'm fine to have personal beef. It's just like, oh, I have no stakes in this.
Yeah, I mean, the only beef the podcast has in general is that we're at war with the Talk to a podcast.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there we
There
go.
it is. The theme song wasn't long enough, in my opinion.
It should have been 50 minutes of just theme song.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
coming down from my Ritalin. It's like a crash. Suddenly all the tiredness because I have ADHD. I don't know why Ritalin
No.
and like stimulants affect me where like it doesn't just make me act normal, it makes me more energetic, like an actual stimulant on someone who's neurotypical. I don't know why it does that to me.
As someone who's currently unmedicated, Ritalin scares me, but it's probably going to be more beneficial than it isn't. But right now, I do not have the money for a session to get diagnosed.
They told me
Yeah.
I'm normal.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't buy that.
No. No, it's fine. I don't have to go back. They said I'm normal.
Yeah. And it's not
Yeah.
genetic at all.
Yeah, it's not like everyone else in my family has autism.
It's not like at a guess everyone on this podcast has autism. I'm sorry, it's just
Oh, that
statistically the
reminds
most
me.
Normal
likely.
people don't go on anime podcasts.
That
This
reminds
is
me.
true.
There are
a few
two
weeks
types
ago.
there are two types of anime podcasts on this channel. Those that are fascist and those that are autistic.
On this
You can be
channel,
both.
No, on this
On this channel? Hang on.
No, on
Is
this-
that something you want to tell us?
okay, let me rephrase. There are two types. There are two types on this planet. On this planet, come on. On this planet.
There you
On
go.
this
Doesn't know
planet.
about the space weeds.
Anyway, gunsmith cats.
Anyway,
the
a couple
Guyver.
months ago, a friend of mine was like, "Are you a sort everything into piles or a conglomerated slop kind of autist?" And I went, "Oh my god, is that what that is?" And then a few weeks after that, I was like, "Hey, so why do people always ask, jokingly, hey, autistic community, what do we think of this spoon?" And then the same guy, he said, oh fuck, words. He said, well,
Take your
autistic
time.
people typically have a favorite spoon. And then I went, oh god, is that what that is?
Right.
I hate that meme
Wait.
because, like, Murloc just keeps showing me them to get my opinion on the spoons. Because I have a lot
Wait.
of opinions about spoons.
I saved so many spoons to show pictures.
But wait, my favorite. I got a
OVA
favorite
Hell is
dessert.
cancelled. Spoon ranking podcast.
Fuck yeah.
I don't have a favorite spoon, but I do have a favorite dessert spoon that's especially small and makes me eat the ice cream a lot slower.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
We
Small
have many
spoon.
small spoons for ice cream and other dessert
And
treats.
risotto spoon.
I like
It's a
being
good spoon if it can
spoon.
fit 4 grains of rice.
Yeah. It's like you
Do you
get to
think
eat more risotto.
Do you think Sho's autistic, but that's why he left and didn't actually go after Mizuki because he was just so overstimulated he needed to walk into a cornfield for
Yeah,
several
he's just got
months?
really, really
Maybe.
bad social skills.
She's like, please come back. And he's just like, I'm just gonna leave. This is getting kind of awkward. Like, you can walk
And he
back
never
to
came
town
back. It's-
from the docks.
It's like when you're at a restaurant and you say to the waiter, enjoy your meal. Like, it's like, you too.
You too.
And they say, enjoy your meal, and you can never go back there. That's why he hasn't been seen again.
I'm just glad that Sho probably doesn't have sensory issues with his autism because piloting the Guyver suit would not be comfortable.
Oh
What if it
god,
felt
no.
good
no.
though?
He got covered in so much Fanta.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
what
notice
did
on
we-
the back of the... Sorry.
No, you go, because I'm probably gonna lead into a wrap up. So if you just
Okay,
if
okay.
you just want to say
What-
whatever you want to say.
One last thing. On the back of the Japanese DVD, the blood is significantly redder than on the
It
version we
is.
watched.
Mm,
Not DVD, pre-DVD, VHS.
VHS. Might just been the transfer we got. I
Might have
think,
been-
I mean,
there's,
like
there's
my
still some
completely
in the bottom
official
panel.
VHS copy that I own. It fell off the back of the truck. It's fine.
in the bottom panel of the back end of it. It still looks orange, but that might be an explosion. But I think that is blood.
I think it's
That's blood from when the first guy was killed. The Titan, the Attack on Titan looking guy.
It's definitely
The guy with no
redder,
wrists.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that could just be a
Yeah.
difference between the print and then like the actual video.
Yeah.
But still, it's
it was
interesting.
brought up. It was brought up when we were commenting, when we were watching it, and we were commenting on the orange blood. Someone said it's better than it being white.
That would be a very. I was about to say that would be a very different OVA, but then again, would it?
Not really.
Given what happened.
Almost all of the liquid, excluding the blood, was just white as well, for some reason.
Yeah.
They add a
Including the
little hint to that.
including the homo milk.
Yeah, the homo milk was
the homo
white.
milk.
Homo milk. We've gone full
Well, the homo milk
circle.
should be in the thumbnail.
It comes from one-uddered cows. either that, or it's vegan milk.
Ugh.
No, it's.
I don't want to milk a vegan.
I'm dying. Jesus Christ.
Here's
Anyway,
your.
should we finish up before one of us chokes?
Should we? I think this is wrap up point because we've been recording for an hour and 10.
I just want to say June
That
fact for
flew
everyone.
by.
June fact.
June fact. I'm making this a thing. There's Brendan
Oh,
questions
no.
in PST, and there's June facts in OVA Hell. I'm doing
Okay.
this.
Right.
Human breast milk, if given with consent, is vegan.
Yeah, that
I
makes
agree
sense.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes-
Because veganism is about consent, so it's entirely possible Homo milk was Homo sapien milk.
Oh my god, that's
It was
the secret.
people.
It's Soylent Green.
Homer milk is people.
Okay.
Anyway, so what did we think? Just to wrap up, would you recommend this OVA? Did you like it, or would you do it again?
Actually,
Would you
yeah,
do
I thought it was
Guyver?
quite fun.
I
Yeah,
would
I think
probably
it was
watch it
fun.
again.
I definitely want to watch the live action now.
I
You know, I
don't.
want to
What
watch
they
live
do.
action Guyvers.
I've seen the
Yeah.
Nostalgia Critic review. I don't.
Oh no.
But no, I did very much like this. I think some hefty trigger warnings are definitely needed if you're going to recommend this to someone.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
But even so, it was a good one. And ultimately, I think it's great that in this universe, the tokusatsu building companies are still being kept in work with the amount of destruction, even if the climate change must be awful with the amount of explosions going on.
Do you reckon it's like a parallel history where like the Japanese bubble economy collapsed because all of the tokusatsu heroes just stopped exploding things? So all of the construction businesses went out.
But no, seriously, on whatever content warnings I put at the front of this episode, those are serious this time. Like, I include them with every episode because it's kind of like OVAs are a rough bag. That's part of the point of this show, to kind of explore interesting and weird art from the era. And there's always going to be content warnings, but this one specifically is like, if you do not like gore, this might not be for you. If you do not like sex, there is a extended tentacle hentai scene. You have been warned. Although you could probably cut the tentacle hentai scene, and it would just be the gore. So if you're only okay with the gore, then
Well,
it's probably
no,
fine.
there
You could
would
just skip the
also-
tentacle bit.
There would also be the nudity
Yeah,
crossed with the exposition dump as well.
yeah, that's harder
do
to
think-
cut.
In terms of gore, it's not like it is definitely gore, but it's not the worst. I'm horrible with like any kind of real person horror, but it being animated definitely cuts the horrifying
the
aspect.
gore is a lot more explicit and gory. Like, you see intestines and people's arms get ripped off frequently.
I think it was pretty
and-
tame in terms of gore and anime. I have seen significantly worse. There's one anime where there's like these monster bunnies, and it was the most disgusting thing I've said. There's that one with a 3D printer that still haunts me to this day. Oh, it's not
for next
actually a
time.
3D printer. This
Oh
is
no,
tame.
that one!
That
This one's
gif.
pretty tame. This is pretty tame.
I've
I was
seen
gonna say, like,
another.
actually, kind of like compared to, the classic scene from Ghost in the Shell where she's lifting the hatch. Like, that feels like way more horrific than Guyver, just because it's like you said before, like, the action is kind of so blasé, like, people are just getting limbs ripped off and it's chill. Like, for a lot of, like, discomfort, I feel like it comes from how the characters react more than the actual depictions per se.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. We got this fucking arm being ripped off, mate. What the fuck am I going to do without the orb?
I mean, also, there's, stuff like Devilman, which is worse on gore and violence than this, I'd say.
Yeah, I have only seen
Crybaby is what I've actually
yeah.
watched.
Yeah, I've seen
and
Crybaby, and
yeah.
it was way worse than this.
We'll get round to the 90s Devilman OVAs. That was something we could have done this episode, because Happy Halloween, by the way, this was the Halloween episode.
Happy
We chose
birthday,
something
to,
kind of spooky, I guess.
happy birthday to
Trick or
my
treat.
sister, who was allegedly born on Halloween.
Okay.
Happy birthday, dark
Allegedly?
sister.
Yeah.
Yes, allegedly. We don't actually know.
Huh?
What?
God, this is a story that is probably
Okay.
not for the podcast, but
No,
I'm curious.
no. I want to hear this. I want to hear the story.
Not on the podcast.
Not on the podcast?
podcast.
Okay.
End the
Okay.
podcast.
Everyone end the
It's
recording.
funnier. It is funnier if you just leave that allegedly and everyone's confused.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hard
I
cut.
want to apologize to everyone who's just left with a burning question.
But yeah. Anyway, next month we're gonna do Angel's Egg. That'll be fun. Except it
Aw.
won't be, because it's Angel's Egg, which is
We're
gonna
not
be
spinning the wheel? We're
heavy.
not spinning the wheel?
We're not spinning the
No,
wheel.
we're not spinning the wheel for another few months.
No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We'll be
I
back
mean, we
to
can,
the
or we
January
can just
and
have
holiday
Angel Deck on
stuff.
it.
We're also
The-
not spinning the wheel for the April Fool's episode. I've got that one covered.
Oh god, we'll get there.
Oh,
We'll
dear.
get there. Anyway, I just realized I don't think we actually introduced Mira and Murloc at the beginning of this episode. Welcome back to
Welcome
the end of the
back.
Thanks for
We
having us
episode.
live
back.
here now.
We had fun last time, so I'm glad you brought us back.
I'm in your walls.
Welcome anytime. Oh no.
That's what that noise is?
Yeah,
Scratch, 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 scratch.
I'm laying carpets in your house.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the OVA Hell podcast. This show is only made possible by the support of listeners, so please like, subscribe, comment, whatever to boost the show. It's more helpful than you would believe. Massive shout out to MerriKiwi. You can find all of their links in the description of the podcast. Once again, thanks for listening, and we look forward to seeing you next time.